Most players think they're losing in Marvel Rival matches because of aim, teammates, or bad matchmaking, but the reality is much simpler. You're probably playing the wrong heroes for the current meta. Marvel Rivals has already developed a very clear competitive hierarchy. Certain characters are controlling rank play, shaping team compositions, and deciding who wins fights before they even start. Many teams are running multiple support heroes and focusing on surviving longer fights instead of rushing eliminations. Because of this, heroes that provide safe pressure, defensive control, and strong team utility are dominating competitive play. If a character can force cooldowns, build ultimate charge quickly, or protect teammates consistently, they automatically gain value in this meta. With that in mind, let's start with the heroes controlling the front line. Magneto is still currently one of the strongest tanks in Marvel Rivals. He succeeds because he controls the pace of fights better than almost any other tank. His defensive tools allow his team to take aggressive angles without instantly getting punished. He creates safety zones that let the DPS hold strong positions and apply pressure over time. But the biggest strength Magneto brings is space control. He forces enemies to either waste cooldowns pushing through his defenses or completely change their approach to a fight. When played correctly, Magneto slows fights down and turns them into controlled engagements where his team dictates positioning. To play Magneto effectively, you want to think ahead instead of reacting. Good Magneto players place defensive tools before damage arrives. They protect teammates during pushes and block enemy ultimates by predicting engagement timing. Magneto struggles when teammates refuse to play around him or constantly dive without support. He is strongest when his team fights within the safe areas he creates. Groot is another tank dominating the meta for a completely different reason. Groot doesn't just protect space, he reshapes the battlefield entirely. His wall placement can block enemy ultimates, separate teammates from each other, and isolate high priority targets. Strong Groot players treat their wall placement like a chess move instead of a panic reaction. One of the most powerful strategies with Groot is using walls to trap enemy supports or damage players, and immediately forcing your team to collapse in on them. This turns fights into temporary numbers advantages that are extremely hard to recover from. Groot performs best in coordinated teamfights where players recognize when enemies are trapped or forced out of position. He can struggle if walls are used too defensively or randomly, which wastes his biggest advantage. Doctor Strange also remains a top-tier tank because of his overall consistency and control. Strange combines survivability with team utility in a way that makes him extremely reliable across all skill levels. His abilities allow teams to reposition, survive burst damage, and reset fights that would normally be lost. He shines in longer engagements where timing defensive abilities correctly can completely shut down enemy pushes. High-level players use him to stall fights until their team builds ultimate charge. Strange players need strong awareness and timing. Using defensive abilities too early removes his biggest strength. Using them too late allows enemies to secure eliminations. Lastly, Hulk has recently gained some popularity due to improvements in his survivability and frontline pressure. Hulk thrives when fights become chaotic and aggressive. He can force space through raw durability and engagement power. While he's not as defensive as Magneto or Strange, Hulk provides strong disruption and creates openings for his team to push forward. Hulk performs best when supported by strong healers who allow him to stay aggressive for longer. Without consistent support, Hulk can struggle to maintain pressure against coordinated teams. Now let's move into the damage heroes that are shaping the current meta. Hela is widely considered one of the strongest damage heroes in Marvel Rivals. She dominates because she provides safe and consistent poke damage from range. In a sustained focused meta, constant pressure is incredibly valuable. Every bit of damage forces enemy supports to spend healing resources and delays their ultimate rotation. rotations. Hela also builds ultimate charge extremely quickly, which gives the team frequent fight advantages. She fits into almost every team composition and rewards strong positioning and aim. To succeed with Hela, you should focus on maintaining safe angles while constantly applying pressure. Hela players who stay alive and maintain consistent damage output provide massive value over time. Hela struggles when forced into close range brawls or when players position too aggressively without support. Hawkeye is another damage hero dominating competitive play. He specialises in pick pressure and punishing positioning mistakes. One well-placed shot can instantly shift a fight before it fully begins. In healer-heavy team compositions, early eliminations are incredibly important because they break sustained chains. Hawkeye players need patience and strong mechanical accuracy. The best players focus on punishing exposed targets instead of spamming damage into tanks or protected players. He performs best when teams create space for him to hold long sightlines, but he struggles when constantly pressured by dive characters or forced into close combat. Winter Soldier remains extremely strong because of his versatility. He balances sustained damage with burst potential. He constantly pressures enemy teams while still having the ability to quickly eliminate vulnerable targets. This balance makes him difficult to counter because he can adapt to very different fight styles. Bucky fits into aggressive team comps, balanced team comps, and defensive team comps equally well. Heroes that provide flexibility tend to remain meta longer than specialized characters. To maximize his potential, players should focus on switching between pressure damage and elimination opportunities, instead of just committing to the one style. Moon Knight has climbed into top tier play because he thrives in extended teamfights. He can maintain a consistent threat across multiple targets and benefits heavily from support synergy. In longer fights, his consistent pressure builds ultimate charge quickly and forces enemy teams to stay defensive. Moon Knight players should focus on sustained teamfight presence rather than chasing individual eliminations. He performs best when coordinating with teammates and maintaining steady damage output. Okay, now let's talk about the most influential role in the current meta, the supports. Gambit remains one of the strongest support heroes despite the recent balance changes. He provides powerful healing output, strong utility, and one of the most impactful ultimates in the game. His ult can completely swing teamfights when timed with tank engagements or enemy cooldown usage. To maximize his potential, players should focus on positioning safely while supporting their DPS and waiting for high value ultimate opportunities. Using his ultimate randomly or too early greatly reduces his impact. Invisible Woman is arguably the safest and most consistent support hero available. She provides strong defensive shielding, repositioning tools, and fight reset potential. She excels at preventing eliminations and allowing teammates to recover from bad positioning. The best players use abilities proactively instead of reactively. Shielding teammates before engagements and repositioning them at critical moments can completely change the outcome of a fight. Rocket remains extremely valuable because of his consistent healing and team utility. He thrives in long fights where steady healing output becomes more valuable than burst healing. He's reliable in almost every team composition and helps teams maintain momentum through sustained engagements. Rocket players should focus on maintaining strong positioning and supporting teammates during extended fights rather than chasing damage opportunities. Loki plays a unique strategic role in the current meta. He allows teams to duplicate or reinforce powerful support compositions. His flexibility allows teams to maintain strong ultimate rotations and adapt to bans or counter picks. Loki requires strong game awareness to maximize his potential. Players need to understand team compositions and choose ability usage based on what their team needs during fights. One hero worth discussing is Deadpool. Deadpool is considered high potential but high skill. His ability to switch weapon types allows him to adapt to different situations mid-fight. He can provide damage, healing, and pressure depending on how he is played. Deadpool rewards players with strong awareness and decision making. While he is not consistently top tier yet, many players believe he has the potential to rise as players continue mastering his mechanics. Understanding the meta is not about abandoning your favorite favourite heroes. It's about understanding why certain heroes win more consistently so you can make smarter decisions. Players who master one strong meta hero while maintaining backup options usually climb rank faster and adapt better to balance changes. The current meta is defined by team coordination and ultimate economy. Heroes that support long fights and consistent pressure dominate competitive play. The meta will continue changing as new heroes are released and balance updates adjust gameplay systems. Players who understand meta trends instead of memorizing tier lists will always stay ahead of the competition. So if you want to improve faster in Marvel Rivals, this channel is built for that exact purpose. FPS Lounge focuses on coaching, advanced strategy, and helping players understand the game on a deeper level. If you found this guide helpful, subscribe and comment which hero you want us to break down next. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next guide.